1/3 of them will buy a new car, and soon. Now let's relate this figure to your daily selling work. You'd think it was pretty good if every third person you called on the telephone was a good bona fide prospect who bought a new car, wouldn't you? Well, that's the average of buyers among the people who will be coming into your showroom. Remember, 1/3 are hot prospects, and that's not hot air. So when they come in to see the new Comet, treat them like buyers and get them to register in the Come Away with a Comet sweepstakes, March 17th through 31st. Unless you get them to register, we won't have their names, addresses, and phone numbers for follow-up later. And if during the sweepstakes an entrant purchases a Comet and then is declared one of the 50 winners, he will receive a refund from the division for his full purchase price. Here is what happens during this program. March 17th comes. Factory advertising and your local promotion invite people to come in, see the new Comet, and enter the sweepstakes. As they come in, your primary responsibility is to register them, to make sure they enter the contest. All the prospect has to do is fill out this simple entry form card with his name, address, phone number, make, model, and year of the car he owns. Your dealership name and address must be written or stamped on the entry card. The contest entry card is in two parts. One part is the actual entry form. The stub is for use in recontacting the prospect by mail. Both forms must be filled out by the entrant. The entire card is then mailed in to contest headquarters. You don't even have to collect or mail these entry forms. They are postage prepaid, and the contest entrant merely drops them in any United States mailbox. As we said, it is your primary responsibility to register every prospect who comes into your dealership. Because you are busy during heavy traffic periods and might miss a lot of people, it will pay you to set up an attractive registration table display near your front door so that nobody can miss it. Put up the big contest display board provided for you in the promotion kit. Larger dealerships will want to assign a young lady to the registration table during heavy traffic hours, or build a special booth to help get every visitor registered in the sweepstakes. The contest closes on March 31st, and here's what happens then. Contest headquarters takes all the entry forms which have been mailed in by the entrants and selects the 50 winners. Then, headquarters sorts the entry forms dealer by dealer. You see why it's important that you pre-stamp all sweepstakes forms with your dealership name and address. Then, headquarters takes two major steps toward building actual sales for you. Step number 1, they send back to your dealership all the original sweepstakes entry cards that were filled out there. They are all nicely packaged as a prospect file. Step number 2, contest headquarters makes a special recontact mailing to everyone who entered the sweepstakes. The label for this mailing is the one filled out by the prospect in your dealership during the sweepstakes. This mailing consists of a nice letter which thanks them for coming into your place of business and offers them a special inducement to revisit your showroom, an offer of a replica of the new Comet, a scale model which shows off the beautiful proportions of the car. It's amazing how popular these scale models are. Ford dealers have used this device very successfully as an inducement to get people to come in for an appraisal. And because Comet is the newest car on the road, practically everyone will want a scale model. Now, in addition, the mailing includes a list of the 50 winners in the sweepstakes. There is also a complete sell on the Comet with strong emphasis on our leadership, product, and price story. Don't forget, the mailing contains the offer of a replica model Comet, which he may obtain by visiting your dealership to have the offer form validated. Incidentally, remember that these are hot prospects. Don't sit back and wait for them to come in. The model Comet is a door opener, so use it to open those doors. After validation, the prospect simply mails it back to headquarters with 25 cents to cover handling and postage. There's a slot in the form for the quarter. The model car will be sent direct to the prospect. You don't have to worry about stocking and delivering the model cars. Further, the mailing will contain a free appraisal certificate. In summary, we say to the prospect, here's an opportunity to get a model Comet and a free appraisal of your present car for just a few minutes of your time. About the same time prospects receive this special recontact mailing, around May 1st, their original entry forms had been returned to you. Now you have their names and phone numbers, a file of interested prospects. So start calling them the minute you receive their cards. Urge them to come into your showroom to have their model car certificates validated. The rewards are great in sales and commissions. And you'll find that this model Comet will open the door for you when you recontact these prospects and remind them that they can get it free if they drop in. It's in your interest to get a high percentage of these model Comet validation forms returned to headquarters. To see why, consider the case of two hypothetical dealerships, which we'll call A and B. Each dealership had 1,000 people come into the showroom during the 2-week announcement period and register in the sweepstakes. Each dealership received 1,000 entry blanks from headquarters. The salesman in dealership A went to work on recontact follow-up. They brought 750 of the original 1,000 back into the dealership, got them to see the new Comet again, and made a lot of appraisals on their old cars, which led to sales. But the salesman in dealership B took the easy line, and only 100 of their original 1,000 prospects came back, because the salesman didn't bother to recontact. Obviously, these fellows won't get in on the volume sales and commissions which could be theirs if they had followed up on every prospect. And in addition, special dealer and salesman prizes will be awarded to those who do the best job of recontacting their sweepstakes prospects. Details of this part of the program will come to your dealership later. But the biggest prizes are more sales and more commissions. So follow up, get them to come in, appraise their cars.